So, namaste, friends. Welcome, everyone. Today, we are going to talk on the subject, on the quotation which I had given you in the morning yesterday. It is a person often meets his destiny on the road he took to avoid it. It is a quote written by Master Oogway. Though the quote which I have sent is written by someone, the name is something different. He must have taken the quote, but its original quotation is by Master Oogway. So what we interpret from this quote, what we understand from this, what is the learning which we take from this quotation, we have to see this, we have to implement in our life, and we try to, imbibe that learning and teaching in us. Actually, it is what we imbibe is more important. What we learn is one thing, but after learning, how much we can implement in our life is the major part of our learning, our understanding of this quotation. So today we will talk about it. So Lakshmi, can you start and tell your interpretation?
Yeah, what you said is correct, that what you have learned, whether you have learned lesson or not from this destiny which you have reached, that is true. If you have not learned, again, you have to be ready for the next question paper, the same. It will be a little more tougher next time. It will not be the same. So again, you have to pass it. So it is like that. That's how it works. Now coming to the destiny, nothing but my own karmas, my old karmas, fruits that I'm getting in the present as a destiny. And whatever the destiny comes, we have to accept it. Instead of that, we are just trying to, changing the way, or what you call it, trying to avoid it. Dar lagta hai, let us be in the comfort zone only. So I don't have any particular example of this, but I remember just now one example 10 minutes back. I think it may relate from this. Like we were going to Alibag, and on that highway, the traffic jam was there, and we started abhi niklega, abhi niklega, abhi niklega. So like that, starting blaming why that man is coming in between, why the bike wala. So little complaint started in the car sitting. Then driver said, no, we have another way. I know mujhe aur ek rasta hai jaane ka. Then he took deviation and they went. And the car started, and we were very happy कि हाँ जा रहा है, अच्छा लग रहा है, comfort zone again. हाँ, फिर कुछ दूर जाने के बाद what happened is this road, the deviated road got blocked. कुछ work on progress. To the worst, one more left से और एक road also joined our road. The two roads are going to the highway again. We were stuck again badly in that road. And now the blames, the complaints increased. More than 1 hour we were sitting. So out of ignorance, without of this knowledge, we started blaming again more and more to the bike wala, ye truck wala kyun beech mein aa raha, itna bada truck leke, can't he wait? Common, all beautiful big thing happened, really telling. You change your path, no problem. You are destined to stuck in the traffic for 1 hour. Up now, you tell what you'll do. Either you'll sit like once Archana ji only told, like in your same. I remember the beautiful example you gave. Flight late ho gaya. Either you'll blame the people, or you look at the people, or you'll put your head in your book, or close your eyes and just look inside. So you have so many choices. So what you want to do, instead of avoiding, accept the situation first of all. Then you get that inherent power of finding solution. The problem created by the destiny, how to solve. You'll get the solution. You'll find the solution and try to, try to follow that instead of just blaming and all. So destiny is there. One more thing, you just now you said destiny can be changed, fate cannot be changed. Yes, destiny can be changed because karmas. But first of all, we have brought this prarabdha karma in this life. We bought one small packet of karmas. 10 lessons we have, suppose soul has come to learn. Allow the soul to learn the lesson, not that just experience le liya, traffic mein ho gaya. Next time when again the scene comes, you should not be the same person.
Repeat.
You should not don't repeat the same behavior. So that is we should learn. So that's all Archana ji should learn.
Thank you.
From.
Thank you so much. Well, Lakshmi, very nice. Simple way, good one. Pooja.
Hello, everyone. My introspection on this was that I feel that nothing happens by chance. Everything what happens has a particular reason. The people whom you meet, the circumstances, be it like a simple thing like a book coming in your hand also sometimes. With that you are
Exactly.
learning. So
Exactly.
everything has a reason for it to happen. And as we are talking about fate, that is the prarabdha that I'm talking about. That is what you have brought ahead with you. Your soul has already planned in its journey. This is what are my learnings, and I have to learn that. So these people are going to come. These circumstances are all going to happen, whatever. So as per your learnings, what you have to learn, things are going to happen. Good or bad depends on your journey. What is
Right.
going to happen? So
Right.
that what is going to happen is going to happen. We cannot change that. But I think we have a free will as how we are going to respond to that situation. That is
Perfect.
in our hands. So if
Yes.
something good is happening, have gratitude towards that. If something not happening as per your way, again, you have a free will choice. Respond to it by letting it go, or have acceptance, or you have surrender. You can pray for the grace to be there to give you strength. Nothing is going to change, but
Yeah.
at least the grace can be obtained to give you the strength to face it.
Face it.
That
Perfect.
is what I think is the spirituality that we have to, learn in our day-to-day lives. That is what we are all learning actually. How we have
Yes.
to respond to all these
Situations.
circumstances, people, whatever, which is going to be there as per your destiny. And that is your learning as a soul. You are like going one level up if you're going to respond, rather than not creating some new karmic equations, again to be stuck in that vicious cycle.
Yeah.
We have to, like, this is the learning. I think this path is teaching us that it's very easy said, but then it needs your, that is what we are trying to do daily with the meditation or being present in this, in that given time, acceptance. That is my introspection. I think what is going to happen, but how we respond to it, and that is our learning every day in this path of spiritual. That is
Right,
what
Pooja.
I
Beautiful.
thank you.
Perfect way of telling. I mean,
Thank you.
nothing can be better than this, because we all know, and we have all, understood this in our previous classes also, that how we should accept, and the nothing we can change. Everything is prarabdha, everything we have called upon on ourselves. And it is our all soul plan. Whatever is happening with us is our soul plan. Right. Okay. Runu? Runu?
As I have already written, that it
Hmm.
all depends on karma. The destinies that we are going to meet is the karma coming back. So we do the good karma, and we would expect the good thing only. So we cannot avoid. We have to accept whatever comes in our way. We just cannot keep changing our that path and way to avoid destiny. We have to accept it.
Yes. That is acceptance
Thank
is the key. Acceptance is the key
you.
to everything. Yes, Ronu. Thank you. Deepa?
Namaste everyone. I'm not switching on the video because there is some problem with the network. If I switch it on, तो मेरा connection ही चला जाता है.
It's okay.
So it's okay, na?
Yeah.
So as I've written, life has its own way of teaching us, acceptance as well as surrender. And because of our ego, ego in the sense कि not exactly the ego, but मुझे ऐसा चाहिए या ऐसा ही होना चाहिए. ये जो हम young होते हैं तब this kind of thinking is there, na? Like I want it to be this way only. So that is all a part of your ego. So when you something you want कि नहीं मुझे इसी तरह से चाहिए, तो you try to avoid the normal जो भी दिख रहा है रास्ता या जो भी normal course of action होना चाहिए, you try to avoid that. And somehow the other, when you take the new road, what you wanted to avoid, the same thing happens with you, like Lakshmi said. And, so I think this is the way of life. And when you cannot escape your fate. And what happens is slowly and gradually, that acceptance, okay, if it is going to, it is not going as per my wishes, okay, this is whatever is happening, I have to accept and go along. So that is the acceptance. And at times, even if you are unable to accept that fact, you surrender to the superpowers, thinking ki I cannot change this, and this is how whatever you are doing it is going to happen for the best. And that surrender and this acceptance, slowly and gradually it comes. It doesn't come so easily for everyone, because we have that rigidity or ego. So I think listening of the ego and these are the acceptance or surrender to the situation when it is beyond your control altogether, that comes as a byproduct of this whole thing. I would like to give you an example here.
Yeah.
During our college days, like now, when everybody was like all our friends, we were discussing something. So one of my friends told ki like her mother is staying with the kids because her father is posted on a dam ka project or something like that. So one of my friends who was a civil, whose branch was civil, she said, अरे बाप रे ऐसा होता है, सिविल मेरा भी ब्रांच है, तो आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू लाइक go and opt for this government job and all that. I would like to stay like with my family. I don't want to be separated from my spouse ever, even for the sake of kids or their future. I think that is a very difficult step to be taken and all that. Like, and then she said ki me navra पण जो है ना, मी सिविलचा नाही पाहणार, that kind of thing, all बालिक, all childish kind of comments or whatever. And luckily she got a mechanical engineer. She did not take up a government job and everything. And although Rishikesh was like a mechanical branch holder and everything, he had to go for a project for 2 years to Nigeria, which is a tricky country, and she stayed back in India with her kids. So like she said ki I always used to say ki I don't want to be
Get
separated for
separated.
some, but somehow the other, that was her destiny or
Destiny.
whatever. So she had to stay back here till he could get completed his project. And also, like, I remembered this example when I read this quote कि this is a bit थोड़ा वो, पर छोटी छोटी चीजों में भी ये होता रहता है. लाइक वरलक्ष्मी सेट कि हमने दूसरा रास्ता लिया फिर. सो यू हैव टू एक्सेप्ट, लेसन अपना जो है वो ईगो को लेसन कीजिए, मतलब रिजिडिटी को फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी में बदलने की कोशिश कीजिए. एंड you learn the lesson whatever life is trying to teach you.
Yes, that is the
You
key.
learn it, and the same thing is going to be repeated in your life in some way or the other.
Yes.
So this is what I felt after reading.
Perfect, Deepa. Thank you so much. Yes, Shivani.
Yeah, so Archana, what I thought after reading this was that howsoever we may try, we can't escape the vagaries of life. The ups and downs are, the road is such. And as somebody else said, the only way to handle all this is that how gracefully we respond to every situation. And I think that is part of growing up and being part of a group like this, that we learn how to gracefully accept the situation and not to be overwhelmed by it. Because every situation is, it is temporary.
Yes.
And, once, there was one of my yoga teachers, she would start the class by saying that, what did we do yesterday? And she would ask us to, think in our minds, starting from the morning, what did we do? How did we start our day? What did we do next? What did we do in the afternoon? And then she would tell us that what happened yesterday is not there today. So, so what it means is that all situations that come your way they are temporary.
Yep.
If we take a slightly detached view of things, we'll be much more in control of the situation, and life will be easier.
Yeah. Yeah, nice. Very nice, Shivani. We put it very nicely. So it was so easy for you to talk. So next time onwards, I will really expect you every time to come, to join, and to speak. Okay?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, now Vandana. Vandana is done. I think she is done with talking. What? No? Vandana, I think she is not in front of the... Anyways, Varsha, you can speak.
Vaini, if you allow and if the time permits, I would like to give my own example. Actually, I was good in academics and I always wanted to be an officer like my father. He was a top state government officer. Or otherwise, I wanted to pursue my law career. But during childhood, Akshay had to suffer a lot because he had what we call in Marathi Badama. And I had to take care of his health, his education. Then my sister was always abroad, and I had to look after my parents also. So whatever my dreams were, and I never thought that I will be a housemaker only. But destiny, the situations were such that I had to take a decision. I was not able to make a perfect balance between my personal life and my professional life. So I chose to be his mother and daughter of my parents. So sometimes you have to accept that, you have to surrender, and whatever is happening, you have to accept. So I have written a lot as usual in the article, but my own example, I think I accepted that situation, and I accepted that I had to look after my child, his education, his health, my parents. And म्हणजे काही माझे कॉलेजमेट स्कूलमेट्स भेटतात तर मला म्हणतात मनीषा, माय मेडन नेम इज मनीषा, तू काहीच केलं नाही. दे डोंट बिलीव्ह दॅट आय एम ॲट होम अँड आय एम टेकिंग केअर ऑफ माय फॅमिली. But that is destiny. Sometimes I never thought that I will be a housemaker only. I never pursue my career. Because that was my dream of even my Baba also always wanted to make his daughters do something in the life career. But I couldn't do, I couldn't pursue. So that was the destiny.
That is a beautiful example. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
When I read about this quote, I thought that I myself is an example of this quote. But right now I thought, okay, it's okay. I look after them. They passed up. Now they are no more. They passed away. But they could die peacefully. Akshay is also doing well. So maybe that was the purpose of my life. Maybe I was born to do that work only.
Exactly. You were meant to. You were meant to. Right.
Yes.
Beautiful. This example, I think it applies to many housewives who are doing it. It applies to, I mean, for me also, I can give the same example anyway, but I will not talk about it later. I will talk. Vandana, if you are there, can you speak?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. So I just said this is exactly what I'm sorry if this saying is taken that man proposes and God disposes, So something like what we want to do. But then there's this Varsha has accepted it so nicely and made her life so beautiful, So if you accept your fate, you accept your destiny, life becomes very beautiful because we know the unpredictability of it. But in the same way, there is the other example also which we keep giving to the school children, that don't accept everything the way it is. We give example of Abdul Kalam, of how he studied in the under the public street lamps and fought and made his destiny. Today I was teaching the students about connecting their dots. Steve Jobs' life, how Steve left his college. And he would, sell those Bisleri bottles. Like, we look down upon those people who collect plastics, but that is how he started his Apple. So I suppose, of course, destiny is, fate is what you have. But as they say, one can try and change one's destiny to a certain extent as much as you can.
Exactly.
But I really liked what Varsha said, that she has accepted it so beautifully, that this is how she's flowered in her life. So
yes,
is unpredictability. Whatever we have, if we pose patience, and there is a lot of pain and anguish, there's no doubt about it, because no one likes their dreams to be put aside or their wishes to be put aside. But once you have acceptability, and I suppose meditation is the best path to give you peace of mind and look at things positive way. That's what I feel,
Yes, nice, Vandana. I think we all knew this concept and know this concept, and the only thing is that we have to implement. Yes.
When Vandana ji said about Dr. Abul Kalam, I remember he was he loved aircrafts, and he wanted to join the Indian Air Force, but because of his height, he was rejected, but later on, he ended up being the head of the Indian Armed Forces as the President of India, because he accepted his fate, very gracefully, he was rewarded with
Yes.
much better thing. Like
Yes.
similar, Amitabh Bachchan ji ka example.
Yeah.
He was
Yes.
rejected by AIR, ki awaaz
Yes.
achhi nahi. And now,
Ah,
what a wonderful voice he has,
voice
and
he
what
has.
a wonderful way of rendering,
Yeah.
everything about his that
Perfect.
his मतलब उनका वो जो फैमिली बैकग्राउंड, फादर का जो लिटरेरी वो है, सब कुछ
Background.
एक्सप्रेशन में दिखता है. सो व्हाट आई सेड कि दे वर बीइंग एक्सेप्शनल, स्टिल they accepted what was not meant for them. They were meant
Yes.
for much higher things
Better.
actually.
Much better way. Yes.
So that is what acceptance and taking it gracefully, like Varsha said, कि okay, अभी ये है तो okay, make the most of what you are presented with. So
It is good.
even the successful ones have this kind of things happen to them.
It is like go with the flow, what we always say.
Ah,
So go with the flow doesn't we may say it's surrendering. No, surrender for me always feel it is in a negative term also. कि मैंने surrender कर लिया. I surrendered my arms in front of the enemy. For me, always it's surrender word always comes. And my yoga teacher, my sutra teacher always says, don't ever use this word surrender. Instead of surrender, we should say, we should always say कि I accepted the grace of the God the way it is. I means acceptance में सब आ जाता है. Acceptance with this surrendering, when we surrender, we should do it with faith, like Draupadi. What did she do at the end when nobody came to her help, right? When her Chirharan was happening, nobody came to her help. She surrendered to God. What does she surrender? उसने अपनी भक्ति से, अपने faith, अपना that love for her brother, for love for whatever she said, now Krishna, you come and do whatever you want to do. I am completely surrendered myself. So that surrender was with faith. जो surrender faith से करते ना, that surrender is always helping us. If we surrender with the, अब मैं तो कुछ नहीं कर सकती, अब जो भगवान को करना है. I mean that, that tone comes with our emotion. अब तो मेरे से कुछ नहीं होता, लाइफ तो ऐसे ही है, अब तो आई एम गॉन, देखो मेरे साथ हमेशा ही ऐसा होता है, अब जो होना है होने दो. Many people do that. अब जो होना है होने दो यार मेरे को. तो what will happen will not be to your liking. It will be in a negative way. But if you surrender very gracefully, like Deepa, you use this word surrender always. I want to add gracefully to that surrender.
Yeah.
Surrender with grace, surrender with faith, surrender with love.
I would like to, clarify when matlab, the kind of surrender you are talking is without giving it a fight.
Yes.
That is not acceptable at all.
That is not
But
acceptable.
after doing your best, and still when you are not in a position to change the situation or circumstances, then I
Yes.
feel that acceptance and that grace,
Acceptance.
I'm talking about that surrender.
Yes,
I
that
would
surrender.
ever
Exactly.
that surrender is कि हाथ ऊपर कर दो भाई, जो होना है होने दो. No,
हाँ,
no,
नहीं.
it's not surrender. That is a
नहीं.
negative thing altogether. When I said
Exactly.
surrender, I feel कि accepting it with grace, that certain things are, beyond your this thing.
Control, beyond your control.
Beyond
When
your
it is
control.
accepting with faith, that is faithfully, yes, and with a positive approach towards life, that is important.
Exactly.
We are not taking it in a negative way.
Yes, I am
Exactly.
saying it in a positive way, because what I mean is that after giving your everything to that particular thing, after giving the best of possible fights, and still if you are not in a position to have it as per your liking, then you should accept it gracefully. That's surrender, I mean.
Yeah,
So
that is good. Yeah, that is perfect. I know that, but still I always want to clarify every time when we use this word surrender. If you remember once, again I had clarified in the last session also, because this surrender word ko hame completely understand karna hai in what aspect we are using this word surrender. For the people like us who are on this path, for us surrender means completely in a different manner. Whereas somebody else may mean it in a different manner. So I will keep, every time we use this word surrender, I will clarify it again and again and again, so that goes in our head, right? That is why I'm doing it, Deepa. It's not to tell you that you are wrong or something. I know what you mean by surrender, but
No.
just to clarify
Got
everyone.
it, got it.
So when we say that, we can change the fate or destiny, fate nahi, when we can change the destiny by the free will also. Everyone has a free will. Like, अगर मेरे को इस रोड से जाना है पर नहीं जाना मुझे उस रोड से, like Lakshmi said, she had a free will to choose the another road. So she used her free will. So at least she got the satisfaction that I tried the other way. This is the one way of doing it. कि I used my free will to change it. तो हो सकता था change भी हो जाता. If it is in her destiny to happen in a different manner, it would have happened. But उसके fate में लिखा हुआ है कि she will be meeting with the traffic. She met with the traffic, though she used her free will. So we have that satisfaction of I have used my all might. I tried my best to do something to change my destiny. And then you are satisfied. कि अब जो होगा ठीक है, accept it gracefully. This is what going to happen. So degree of freedom is equal to total options available to us minus options denied to us. This is what free will is. Free will is total options available. Agar, like if Varalakshmi had to go from destination A to B, uske liye there are 4 options, 4 roads. Okay. Agar usme se, aur usko agar kar de minus options denied to us. Suppose that on the 3 roads, there's one may traffic jam hai, second may there's work construction going on, and the third road is occupied by, policeman because some VIP is going. So option kya bacha? Ek hi road bacha. So though you had a free will, but the options available the 4 तुम्हारे पास, पर options denied भी हो गए 3. There are 3 options are denied to you. So there are in life also, there sometimes it happens that you cannot use your free will also. Because many times you are stuck with only one option. Right? So you have to accept that option gracefully, and you have to accept your fate gracefully in that. So there's recently there's an example of us when we were going to Dharamshala. 3 friends of ours, they missed the train they were supposed to come from destination A to destination Delhi, 3 of us, and then they have to catch the train from Delhi we all were supposed to catch the train from Delhi to Dharamshala. Okay. At 6 o'clock morning, 6 o'clock was the train. And they were supposed to reach at 4:30 morning and immediately change the platform and come to this Vande Bharat train. And they missed the train, 3 of us. So why they took that early train ki hame Delhi mein nahi rehna padna chahiye because all are working. So they did not want to spend that extra time in Delhi. Ki ek din pehle aake, we all were like, telling them ki why you took this decision. You should have come early, 1 day early, and stayed in Delhi, and then morning train you should have taken with us so that ye problem nahi aata. You wouldn't have missed the train. But then they did not want to stay in Delhi and they do not want to waste the time. So then they took this train so that they could immediately catch the Vande Bharat 6 o'clock. But what was in their fate? They missed the train. They have to spend time in Delhi, half the day. And then they have to take the next available option. And then they could reach in the evening only to Dharamshala. So this is what fate and destiny is. So jo hona hota hai, wo hota hai, though you have the free will to use your option, your choice. But things which has to happen. So now one very beautiful story I would like to relate of Krishna and Balram. Once Krishna is walking with his brother Balram in the woods, in the forest, and both were walking and they wanted to go to some place, and it started becoming dark and night was falling. As they walk, and they were very tired also, so Krishna says, now we will take rest in this place, and I think we will 6 hours we will both sleep. For 6 hours I will sleep, then 6 hours you sleep, and then we take turns and keep the vigil at night. So he tells Balram to stay awake first. मैं पहले सो जाता हूँ. Balram, तुम पहले just be alert and take care for 6 hours. So Balram agrees. How can he say no to his brother? Okay. So suddenly, okay, then Krishna sleeps, Balram is awake. So suddenly after some time, Balram sees one demon in the form of flame, flame. So one demon, it's a allegorical story. Then he sees one demon approaching him. And Balram gets afraid and he kept asking, what do you want? What do you want? And he started moving from the away. This is the demon. And he started moving away. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? And he's very afraid. And then suddenly he is so afraid that he collapses, falls down. And before falling down, he just shouts the name of Krishna. Krishna, help me. Okay. So Krishna is suddenly he gets, he's gets awake. He's awake from his sleep, deep sleep, and he listens to Balram's voice. And then he sees, oh, there's a big demon, mammoth demon coming towards Krishna again. Now Krishna starts walking towards the demon. What do you want? 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 Okay, so both are asking, both are having the same question mark, but Balram is going away, afraid, and here Krishna is not afraid, but he's facing the demon. And he wanted to know why this demon is coming towards him and what does he want. Okay, so what happens? Then when he gets up in the morning, Balram gets up in the morning and then he sees that Krishna is holding the demon in his palm. So demon has reduced in the size. तो जो problem हमको इतना बड़ा दिख रहा था, अगर हम उसको face करते हैं तो वो problem छोटा होता जाता है and we can, close it in our fist. So we should not be afraid of the situations come in our way. Whatever situation, face it. Even don't try to divert yourself the way, though we have a free will. Because like Pooja says, like we all say, that everything has a purpose. Every situation has something to teach us. It comes to us to teach us something. So don't avoid that learning, which is we are going to get from the situation. Accept it completely. Try to understand it. First, we have to understand it. Why it has happening with me. And once you understand, become wise. Okay, and learn that and use that wisdom in our life. Face it, understand it, become wise, use that wisdom in our life. This is what wisdom is. Until and unless you don't go through that flame or you don't walk on the fire, you don't know how hot the fire is, how much your feet are burning, what is the degree of temperature, whether you are capable of that, fire. Bahar khade reh ke, you cannot just, imagine, and you just cannot, use your understanding ki, oh, fire ka temperature itna hoga. Agar main jaungi to I will burn this much and I won't be able to, bear that heat of the fire. So might as well let me stand outside of the fire. Where is your wisdom? Okay, there's a few things that we have to learn from other people's mistakes. But if something is coming upon you, here we are talking about if something is coming upon us. So if we avoid that, if we take the another route, we are going to face that again, because that is what is written in our destiny. And it may come twofold more. So might as well face it, learn it, move on. That is what this quotation is trying to teach us, that you should not run away from your destiny, accept it nicely. Ek Oedipus ki bhi story hai. I don't know kitna time bacha hai. 37, 5 minutes I'll try to tell. That there's a story, Shakespeare ka Oedipus, have you, what is that play's name? Oedipus. Anyway, this story of Oedipus is there. Where this his father Laius is being told by astrologer that your son is going to kill you. There's in your what future lies that your death is going to happen through your son. Now Oedipus is उस समय तो सब लोग बहुत believe करते ना इन चीजों पे. So Oedipus becomes very, the Laius becomes very tense that if my son is going to kill me, the moment my son is born, I am going to give away this son to someone. So what he does, Laius ties the hands and feet of his son, Oedipus, and leaves him on the mountainside to die. So one shepherd comes, looks at Oedipus, that small baby lying there, and he rescues Oedipus and brings him to King of Corinth. And he gives that Oedipus to king. I have found this son's child somewhere, and can you, king, can you accept this boy? And that king says, okay, I will raise this boy. Then he raises that boy. Oedipus reaches his manhood, and he goes to a journey. Once he's going through some place, Oedipus, and he meets a man at a crossroad who is attended by 5 servants. There are 5 people there, and there's one man. He gets into an argument. They both, Oedipus and these 5 men, gets into some argument with this old man also, and Oedipus kills all of them. They are kings, and they are all fighters, and they are all kshatriyas. They're calm. Someone comes in their way, they have to kill if they are not, accepting what they have to say. So he kills, and Oedipus tells his father, this new king, which he brings it up. Okay, I have killed this and this, and father says, okay, you have done a good job. Oedipus then wanders again to a Thebes, okay, where he meets the Sphinx. Thebes is a name of place where he meets the Sphinx, a terrible creature who guards the gates of the city. Now, this Sphinx devours all those who passes by and cannot, cannot leave anyone. So whatever walks, and then the Sphinx asks one question to everyone, the one riddle, and whoever answers the riddle correctly, he lets the person go. So the Sphinx asks Oedipus some question, who are the which question pushta hai, some riddle, which Oedipus answers correctly. So he allows Oedipus to go to that place. Now the Thebans, not knowing that, they are very happy that that Oedipus has killed these 5 men and that one important person, he was the king Laius, and he kills. So they are very happy. What they say, okay, why you have done such a big thing? Why don't you marry? Why don't you marry the queen, our queen? Okay. Unaware that the queen's name was Jocasta. So the Thebes, the king of the Thebes, allow him to marry with Jocasta. So Oedipus marries with Jocasta. He gets married. He gets 4 children also. 4 bachche ho jate hain. They're very happy. And then after some time, Oedipus realizes, someone tells him that the person who you have killed was your father Laius, and the lady whom you have married is your mother, Jocasta. So what Laius was afraid of, that my son will kill me, so I should give away my son to someone, or I should let him die somewhere so that at least I will not be killed by my son. So kaise ghum ke, how the destiny worked, that ultimately Laius is getting killed by Oedipus on the way, and ultimately he marries to his mother only. So when Oedipus gets to know about this, when Jocasta gets to know about this, Jocasta kills herself, and Oedipus takes out his eyes as a punishment for himself. So these are the things which, we have to accept as King Laius, if he would have accepted his destiny, probably destiny would have changed also. Probably Oedipus would have thought something else, no, my father, why should I kill him? Or his mind would have changed. He would have left his father the way it is. He would not end up marrying his mother. So if you're trying to change your destiny also, sometimes you happen to fall in some other problem also. So acceptance of everything, whatever comes our way, is the key to everything. Accept it gracefully, try to work upon that, learn the lesson which life is trying to give you, and move on. So बहुत ज़्यादा हम fate change करने की कोशिश करते हैं ना, उसमें भी कभी-कभी ये problem भी हो जाता है. Because what is there is there. So this is what this quote is trying to tell us, and this is the story. So now we all have to, whatever, our everyone's nature, everyone's fate, everyone's karma, allows you to do something. What I may feel, I may accept things gracefully, probably, where Varsha will say, no, I am not accepting, मुझे ये try करना ही है, मैंने पहले वो try करूंगी, पहले मैं वो road लूंगी, and then only I will see what is in my faith, I will try to change. So everyone's, you know, thinking capacity changes, perception changes, you know, your, because of your karmas and your sanskaras, your thought process always change. So my thought process may not be pujas, my thought process may not be runus. So we all will try to solve our problems in a different manner. So we should try that, because we should satisfy ourselves also. Not because he are doing something, I will also do that way. We should always try, but to an extent. Don't go beyond कि उसका भी हमें repercussions face करने पड़े. So go with the flow is the best way, because if river resists herself, that why I am flowing so fast and where am I going, then the river will end up nowhere. Since she doesn't resist, she accepts her fate, she meets the ocean. So this is what our fate is also tells us, accept it, everything. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
We will meet on Wednesday. So yeah, I will stop.
Thank you.